If there's anyone on the call that is not yet a member, please feel free to stay. Tell you all about what we have going on at the National Association for Accreditation Leadership. For those of you that I have not met personally, my name is Kevin Ray, and I have the pleasure of being one of the co-founders and executive director of the association. So with us on the call is NAAL Rosso, and I'll let him introduce himself in just a minute. He is the other co-founder and deputy executive director. Just a little bit about myself before we get into the specifics of the association. I spent 25 years as a police officer in Metro Detroit. My last 6 years, I was assigned to the chief's office as the administrative sergeant. One of my responsibilities was to get our agency accredited, both by CALEA and also by the state of Michigan law enforcement accreditation program. So I did that, retired after 25 years in 2018, moved to the state of Arizona, where I had the opportunity to create the Arizona Law Enforcement Accreditation Program for the Arizona Association of Chiefs of Police. Developed that program from scratch, ran it as its director for the first 6 years, turned it over to some new leadership, and started a very short stint with Power DMS as a partner success manager. So I would work directly with different accrediting bodies on behalf of Power DMS. As I was working my way through the process of leading the Arizona program, going to work for Power DMS, really kind of honing in on what a national association for accreditation managers and assessors would look like. Every other functional part of a police department, fire department, has their own professional associations to be involved in, with the exception of accreditation. And both Chief Rosso and I felt that it was important that we offer some type of professional development to accreditation managers like yourself, because we firmly believe that accreditation is a profession and not just a job task. The problem with agencies that view accreditation as a job task is every 3 or 4 years after your cycle ends, somebody gets transitioned out, a new person gets transitioned in, and the learning curve starts all over again. So we would like to offer you the professional development that you need and you desire. And we wanted to make this a public safety association. We wanted to make it industry agnostic. We wanted to make it so that we could bring together police and fire and EMS and corrections and communications and emergency management. We wanted to bring all of those disciplines under one roof for the sole purpose of accreditation. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of the association itself, how we're governed, what we're looking to accomplish. But first, I'll turn it over to Chief Rosso to introduce himself.
Hello, I have a first name, and it's not Chief. I've said before, I don't think we keep our rank like sea captains do. Been involved in accreditation, of course, I've been CALEA since 1992. Worked on departments ranging in size from 4 to low 50s. Administrative position, some of those, chief of a 25 officer departments, like my last full-time job as in policing. Had the privilege of being named the director of professional development for the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police back when I left my chief job, and the creation of the Michigan Law Enforcement Accreditation Program, which I started from scratch, was done under that. So been about the last 2.5 years, I've been consulting, helping agencies to get accredited, and getting back on the podium a little bit more with presenting. So just want to kind of echo what Kevin said. We think there's a need for this organization. We're hoping it builds slowly but surely. And it certainly is a position on any agency that I know of, whether it's any of the public safety, whether it's fire or EMS or policing, where someone that flies at a lot higher altitude than they normally do is not given the credit many times that they are due. And that's kind of what we want to do. And like Kevin said, a successful accreditation manager generally gets promoted and they have to restart their program. So I like the idea that accreditation isn't just a checklist that Kevin talks about. So welcome and start spreading the word. So thank you. Bye.
I had no idea you actually had a first name. I thought your first name was Chief. So, but we'll go ahead and get started because, again, if you are a member, welcome. Thank you for joining. Look forward to speaking to you next week about the Founders Club and some of the perks that come along with that. You do not need to be a member to attend for the first 6 months, any of the town halls or any of the training. We want to be able to offer it to as wide a net as possible. So you don't have to be a member. You just need to be passionate about accreditation. So today's agenda, some of the things that we're going to go over besides the welcome and announcements that we just did, we're going to talk about the association structure. For those of you that were not on the call last month, or for those of you that were on the call last month, this might be a little review. But we'll talk about the structure. We'll talk about some of the committees that we're hoping to stand up, give you some membership updates, talk about some upcoming training, and leave time at the end for questions and answers. I anticipate this probably running between 30 and 40 minutes. So those of you on the East Coast, we will get you out before your workday ends. So really why we gather, the mission of the association. Again, we believe that professional development for accreditation managers and assessors is important. And we're not focusing during this association, we're not focusing on how to do accreditation. I told you earlier that we are public safety discipline agnostic. There are numerous programs that you're going to see on the screen a little bit later today. And so we're not specifically looking at how to do accreditation. Our focus is more on the why you should do it, why you should promote leadership and accountability to create that community trust. Whether you're in police, fire, EMS, emergency management, corrections, you all have communities, and that leadership and accountability is what builds that trust. And really, we want to support you, the people that are actually doing the work. A lot of times, in my experience, accreditation managers don't really get asked their opinion very often. So that's what we want to do. We want to ask your opinion because we believe, as that quote said, a rising tide lifts all ships. If we can work together as a group to improve some processes, that's what we're trying to accomplish. So a little bit about the structure, and this structure will grow as the association grows, but at the heart, at the top of our organizational chart are you, the members, because we understand that we wouldn't have an association if it wasn't for you. So your concerns, your thoughts, your ideas is what helps drive this association. And then you have the executive director and the advisory board. We have an advisory board made up of subject matter experts in all different accreditation programs, and they help lead NAAL and I with direction for which way to move the association. So we will take your ideas, we will take it to the advisory board, and we will find some way to make it happen. Now, we have 5 initial committees. Some of these committees in the future may be broken down a little bit more, but the outreach committee, a membership committee, training and professional development committee, public safety and policy reform, and the membership and professional recognition committee. These committees are going to be critical as we start to grow larger. And we'll talk about where we are membership-wise here in just a few minutes. I told you our advisory board is made up of subject matter experts in different fields. So Chief of Police Ryan Grimm from the Marquette, Michigan Police Department. He is a subject matter expert in state law enforcement accreditation. We have Executive Director Nicole Ishmael Livingston from the Emergency Management Accreditation Program. Retired Director Deanne McLeod from Kingman, Arizona. She is a subject matter expert not only in CAFI fire accreditation, but also communications accreditation. Dr. Lynn Odenthal, who is an accreditation manager in Upper Arlington, Ohio. She is extremely involved not only in CALIA, but also in her past with ACA corrections accreditation. And then joining us on the call, at least I think I saw her join earlier, is accreditation manager Tammy Wishers from the Northport, Florida Fire Department. And she is intimately involved not only in CAFI fire accreditation, but also CAAS, which is the EMS accreditation. So, Tammy, you want to say hi? I guess not.
There. Hi there. Sorry about that. I couldn't get to the mute button fast enough. Thank you for having me. And I've had 20 plus years in the state accrediting body for law enforcement.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you for joining us, Tammy. I really appreciate you jumping on and saying hi.
Certainly. Thank you.
So we talked earlier about some of the committees. Some of these committees are obvious by the title of the committee, like the Outreach Committee is responsible for really the visibility and influence of the association. Okay. We're looking at being able to create partnerships and relationships with the different accrediting bodies. And I will tell you that we've had great success in that over the last month. So we have been accepting applications for about 8 weeks now, and I'll give you the numbers here in just a little bit. But we've also done some outreach to the accrediting bodies, and the first vote of support that we received, if you could call it that, was from Craig Hartley and Travis Parrish from CALIA. They are truly behind what we're doing. They can they will help us with whatever we need because they want to make sure that their CALIA accreditation managers are well taken care of and have the resources available to them. So the Outreach Committee is exactly what you think it is. It's how do we move the mission and vision and values of the association forward, and how do we make that more public? The second is the Membership and Professional Recognition Committee. They will be working on membership recruitment, retention, looking for ways that we can create a professional designation program. Just like emergency managers have the PEM, which is Professional Emergency Manager Dedication, we would like to see some professional designation other than a certified accrediting body or a certified accreditation manager. We have a number of private sector organizations that offer certification classes, certified accreditation manager classes. We also have a number of PACs that offer certified accreditation manager, either courses or programs. We do not intend to interfere with anything that any other agency, PAC, or private sector entity has in place. But we want to create a professional recognition that you can be proud of, that you can put in your signature lines, that you can say, yes, that you have accomplished that. Also, with our professional recognition, we are talking to several universities, including Liberty University, where our professional recognition program will be, will be identified as credits toward degree programs if you choose to go that route. The third is the Training and Professional Development Committee. This will be working directly with Chief Rosso. Chief Rosso has a very extensive history in training and professional development, having been the professional development manager for the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police. But they're going to help design, deliver, identify training and educational opportunities that are most relevant to you. and just making sure that all of the content that's offered is current, evidence-based, and aligned with our standards and best practices. The Public Safety Policy and Reform Committee is kind of a unique idea. It's an innovative idea where they will monitor key legislative, regulatory, and policy developments. There's been a number of states over the last several years that have identified accreditation programs as being the key to police reform. A number of states, including Oregon, including Connecticut, have mandated accreditation for agencies. And so we really want to make sure that we're monitoring these legislative sessions and how it will impact accreditation, and be able to identify some of those emerging issues, draft position statements, and really become the unified voice for accreditation. And finally, the Member Engagement and Conference Committee. The Member Engagement and Conference Committee is going to be engaged in how to engage our members, whether it is newsletters, podcasts, peer-to-peer connection. And then hopefully in 2026, probably late 2026, depending on the membership, we would love to have our first conference and offer some live in-person professional development. So that's the committee membership that we're looking to stand up. And for those of you that are going to be on the Founders Club meeting next week, between now and then, you will probably receive an email for me asking if you would be interested in serving on some of these committees. So please be on the lookout for that. And we appreciate you giving us some of your time if you have the bandwidth to do that. So let's talk about where we are membership wise. Again, like I said, we accepted the first applications about 8 weeks ago. We currently stand at 50 members, representing 18 different states. And of those 18 different states, we have members representing all public safety disciplines. So police, fire, EMS, emergency management, corrections, and communications. So for the first 8 weeks, having 50 members, we're pretty close to our goal. I was hoping by the end of June to have the Founders Club wrapped up. But it seems like we've kind of stalled out for a minute. So I need to rework some of my outreach. And I guess I would be very interested if you could just put in the comments how you heard about us. And that's something that I would be able to take that information and figure out what the best way is. We're going to also include that question on upcoming applications. But yeah, how you heard about us would be great information for us to know. So breaking that down a little bit more, we know that we have 50 members in 18 different states representing all of the different disciplines, but what does that really mean? That means that there are 21 different accreditation programs that are that you all are involved in. So ACA, which is Corrections, American Correctional Association, we have 2 members. Now, I know all of these numbers will not add up to 50 because there are many of you that are in several different programs. But ACA Corrections, we have 2. CAS, which is EMS, we have 3. And then CALEA, whether you are in the academy program, the communications program, the law enforcement program, or all 2, or in the case of one of you, all 3. But that's where a majority of our members are currently coming from. CFA, which is the Commission for Florida Accreditation, there are 5 members that are involved in Florida state accreditation. CFAI, which is fire. The Colorado Association of Chiefs of Police and County Sheriffs, that's the Colorado law enforcement program, and there's 1. Connecticut Post, again, that is one of those states that require agencies be accredited. So California Post is the accrediting body for the state of California, or I'm sorry, state of Connecticut. And we have 3. EMAP, the Emergency Management Program, we have 1. The FCAC, which is the state of Florida Corrections Program. We have 3 people that are associated with that program. Florida TAC, which is the state of Florida Communications Program. IACLIA, which is University Law Enforcement. MLEAC in Michigan State Program. The Minnesota State Program. And MPAC is the Massachusetts State Program. NCCHC, if you haven't heard of them before, they are correctional healthcare. So besides ACA corrections, you also you'll see a lot of agencies that are ACA or FCAC that are also involved in NCCHC, correctional healthcare. Rounding up, New Hampshire State Program, the New York State Program, the Ohio State Program, and only because it comes lower in the alphabet, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Program. So we have 2 members from SCLEA. So we're looking forward to celebrating these wins, and be on the lookout in your email, because I'm going to make the 50 of you an offer that you can't refuse next week, or if you encourage 5 people to join the association, I'll waive your dues next year. So be on the lookout for that. Finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about is some upcoming training events. All of our training will be held on either Tuesdays or Thursdays, usually at 3:00 Eastern time, because it's a good time for people on the West Coast, because it's noon here in the state of Arizona, actually 12:30 now. But I don't want to have it too early for our West Coast people or too late for our East Coast people. So Tuesdays or Thursdays at 3:00 Eastern time appears to be like the sweet spot. All of our training will be recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel if you want to subscribe to that. There's nothing on there right now, but right after this session, the recording of this meeting will be on our YouTube channel as well. So upcoming on July 10th, which is a Thursday, Sergeant Michael Warren, he's the Director of Operations for Command Presence Training now. Great friend, personal friend. He and I worked at the same agency, and he has forgotten more about leadership than I will ever know. So he's really kind of taken an innovative approach to accreditation and really looking at it from a medical perspective. So just like doctors use proven treatments to promote wellness, agencies need to be able to identify when their agency is sick and whether or not accreditation is the prescription for what is ailing your agency. So Thursday, July 10th, 3:00 Eastern time, all you have to do is just mash the register button on our homepage, and we will get you registered for that course. And then the following Tuesday on July 15th, Chief Rosso, who you heard from earlier today, he has created a course on leadership and accreditation, and really it starts with the why. And he's going to be unpacking some assignment Senex work, start with why and how it applies directly to law enforcement accreditation and law enforcement leadership. So both of these classes are currently up on the association homepage. So if either one of those fit within your schedule, please feel free to register for them at any time. Just a little bit about, tell me one thing, anyone who would like to jump in, one thing that drew you to the association, and what can we do to help you get to where you want to go?
One of the things that I would like to see, because our last month's meeting, I did mention about the training and about the educating our agency. So I appreciate you guys doing the why. I almost forgot about this forum. So I feel like, and we need to balance it, but communicate more with us, sending us more, maybe like a weekly bulletin or weekly something, just to keep NAAL on the map and
Okay.
like at our forefront in our minds. Because I'm going to be honest, if this wasn't on my calendar, I probably would have forgot about the town hall. Because there's not a whole lot of communication. So I think we might need to beef that up a little bit. That's just my opinion. Again, but you have to balance it, because you see an email every day, then you're going to start hitting delete.
Right. No, I appreciate that, Dee. That's definitely good information to know. And that's something that we can work on. We have a number of different initiatives that we are going to start. One of them will include being able to bring on some part-time personnel. And so that will allow us to really increase our communication, just like you said, have a monthly newsletters or just weekly, end of the week email blasts or something like that. So I appreciate that.
Hey, so I just moved from Illinois to Arizona. I'm hoping to get some of that training that you've already mentioned, but even more so the networking and connections that a PAC brings. So I know that the intention is not necessarily to be a PAC, but to bring on more brains and more to get more input and have people to sound off on. And so I'm really hoping to just get to meet more people who are like-minded when it comes to accreditation, be passionate about accreditation as we are.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's a great point. It's last month Dee talked about how to sell accreditation to her bosses and why it is such a good thing. And that's why we developed Chief Rosso's course about the why. Neil will talk about it in his training, which I think is more to what you were talking about, Stephanie, is not how do you sell it to the command officers, but how do you sell it to the rest of the agency? How because you're going to come across two different types of people that work at your agency. You're going to come across people that understand accreditation and they like it and they want to do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. And then you're going to run across the other group that everything bad in their life is a result of accreditation. So those are the two different camps. So how do you move somebody from one camp to the other?
One of the things that we did, we started implementing, meaning myself and my team, we first started our accreditation journey, me as the manager, and then my team who's an officer, is we were able to talk to our training unit. And because we have our own academy, we says, hey, can we teach accreditation? Because it's one of the CALIA standards that you within 30 days, you have to tell new employees about it. Can we go to the academy and teach this to the new hires? And so we feel like if we get them from their very beginning, then we can try. It's going to take years, but try to get the mindset of why accreditation is important and giving them specific examples of how accreditation is worth it. We're hoping, and that's one of those things you can't measure it until a while to see what is the mindset. Are they still saying CALIA? Or are they saying, this is why we have it? So that's something that we're hoping to see the benefits of going straight to the academy from the beginning.
Well, and that's a great idea. And it's an area that I hadn't considered before, but maybe there's an opportunity for us to partner with an organization like IADList, who is the organization in charge of all of the different posts in the different states, the police officer standards and training section. So maybe there's an opportunity for us to partner with IADList to have them put out information to their academies about accreditation. As Stephanie and Neil and Tammy will probably tell you, I'm probably the least creative person on this call right now. So I get all of my great ideas from you. So if there's anything that pops into your head about, ways that we can move the association, areas that we can go, if you happen to be interested in one of the committees and you want to jump in at the ground floor, please let me know. I just want to give you ways to stay connected. So the next town hall, we try to have these town halls at the last week of the month. So the next one right now is scheduled for July 29th, which is a Tuesday. It's on the website. But I agree with Dee that we'll keep hammering those dates and trainings home. You can find us currently on, and I didn't include it because I just did it this morning, on 3 different social networks, primarily LinkedIn, but also Facebook and now our YouTube channel. Also our website. And if you have any questions at any time, feel free to email me directly, admin@thenaal.org, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. So it doesn't matter if you're in police, if you're in fire, if you're in EMS, if you're in corrections, accreditation is the foundation. It's the foundation for best practices. There's a lot of different reasons for accreditation, but leadership is the opportunity for us to develop you to be the best accreditation manager that you can be. That's all I have. Chief Rosso, do you have anything else to add?
Thanks for attending this. Please start and try to spread the word, especially if you're members in PAC. So thank you very much again.
All right. And with that, if anybody else has anything, feel free to stay on. I'll be on for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, please sign up for some of the upcoming training, and we hope to see you at next month's town hall. Have a great day.